And see, look at you, keep running with your empath ass. You keep on, yeah, nigga. Yeah, nigga, you telling all the business right now. You gotta leave something to surprise for these niggas. You know, you gotta give them just a little crumb. You know, they might choke on all that, Kev. They can't have all the information. Cause you know, niggas they'll get used to what you doing real fast. And it'll make you look like you the one doing something wrong. They'll familiarize themselves with Africa as much as they want to, right? And they'll make it seem like Africa the worst place to go. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's because we don't been, you know.
That's because the motherfucker got to do with history. They show you the bad parts of goddamn Africa for a reason.
It's $1 billion industry.
While every goddamn day more Chinese and white.
White people moving on over there.
Every day they move over there. Every day. So much to the point. The reason I say that is I know I got to tell you, if a motherfucker trying to go to Africa and buy some land, don't wait till everybody get hit.
Yeah.
You feel me?
But they had convinced us to wait till everybody get hit.
You probably got some motherfucking land over there.
You already know I do. You already know I do. You already know I'm tired in. You already know.
You've been talking about buying some land in Africa, man, for at least 2 years.
Bruh, I got people waiting on me to come home so bad. You know what I'm saying? Between, like, you know, we was talking about with the land here and there. Like, my folks just like, bro, just come on. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like you said with the family situation, it's just a matter of situating a few things and making that move. Because once I made that first move, the second move just gonna fall in place. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like we were just saying. It's amazing how when you speak things into existence in your life, you don't realize how many people gonna have to move out the way for you to have to do it. But if you stay the course, it'll all make sense. You hear me? It'll all make sense why such and such had to be removed. It'll all make sense why such and such showed up when they did. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you gotta stay the course of your goals. You know, like, for me, my kryptonite always been my queen. You feel me? Like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? But I've also learned this too. When it comes to dealing with anybody in life, anybody worth having or respecting you, you gotta let them go, and at the same time, they gotta respect the fact that you got goals. You gotta stay busy.
If we where we was at 2 years ago, what's the sense of going back?
Come on. You hear me? And with me staying busy on my goals, bro, it'd be hard for a nigga to pull me into some shit. Like, you don't got that time of day for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell no, I don't got time to fall for that when I got this to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then furthermore, with land and that type of stuff, going in those type of places that I'm planning on traveling to, this is gonna be for my peace of mind. Like, if your life ain't centered around being therapeutic towards all the things we done been through in life, bro, we done been through real life trauma, and we go through that on the daily, like on a daily here.
Hell yeah, because in Africa they don't give a fuck what type of country you.
Man, no, they don't care. Like, we don't even know how it feels to be somewhere where you're not the target. You see what I'm saying? Like, even that alone do wonders for some people, bro. Like, some people don't even realize the majority of the reason why you in the hospital is because it's emotionally induced from being in this place. 3 out of 4 people are in the hospital from emotionally induced sicknesses. That means what you treating ain't even the problem. You feel me? That's not the problem. It's your lack of self-esteem that you're allowed to have in this motherfucker. It's the mistreatment that you're enduring but indoctrinated to believe that it's just reality. And as much as you think it is reality, life got a way of showing you've been living a lie. They say cancer is the consequence of a liar. It don't mean you lying all the time, but you could be living a lie. Think about that shit, like, bruh. The things that we have to do to cope with the lives that we live, bruh. Like, the more I start knocking shit off my list, bruh, I don't even be wanting to smoke like that. I didn't even never think I would say that shit, my nigga. It get to the point I get lit, and then I wind up going to sleep as a result of it and be mad in the moment. Like, bro, I could have got so much shit the other day, man. I be fucked up with this shit, bro. Like, you got me messed up. I'm telling you, I be a revolutionary within myself. You hear me? Like, hold on, we gotta start within us, like Michael Jackson said. I'm starting with the man in the mirror.
Let me ask you a question. What you think about your boy? What you think about Seti?
Who?
Seti.
Oh, Sarah?
Huh?
Sarah Susan City?
Yeah.
What about him?
Seti and and the other dude, Pharaoh, young Pharaoh.
Yeah, what about him?
What you think about those brothers?
I think they great people. I
Seti be coming with it though.
I say this just for familiarity going forward as a people. I say I don't agree with everything they say, but I support what they seek to do. You know what I'm saying? Their intentions is very clear. And it's for the upliftment of the people. You know, what you choose to do with that information will show how far you can go. You your own quarterback. I can give you the playbook, but you got to put it in motion. You know what I'm saying? So,
I could give it to you, but what you go do with it?
you feel me? If you gonna sit there and play games with yourself, then at the end of the day, these brothers is just giving you information for you to sit on it. You know what I'm saying? You a hoarder if you're not applying it. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to them, like, I know Sarah Susan said it make you feel like you got to get out here and do something. You feel me? Young Pharaoh, I always have respect for that brother because I felt like me and him got our same marching orders. Like, we had marching orders, like when Sandra Bland had that situation, you know, when our sister became an ancestor. Me and him both, I feel like we came off the bench around the same time. And even with him having a bigger platform, he showed, you know what I'm saying? He showed motherfuckers what my shit was. Like, so I'd never really be able, I ain't the type of person gonna ever forget that type of shit. So you will always get the benefit of the doubt from me because that's something a person don't gotta do. That shows a sense of integrity. So as much as somebody might want to say he into something or did something, I would have a hard time wrapping my mind around it before having actual proof. Like, hell no. When you got a personal relationship with somebody, ain't no way somebody else should be able to come up and tell you something. Even if your personal relationship is as simple as somebody seeing something in you. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no way. Like, we can have issues all day. Me and this person might be done fell out some more, but I ain't finna let you just run them over. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Exactly.
Right, yeah, everything will save one to
No matter what, right?
not.
I remember one time, now wrestling is fake, right?
Mm-hmm.
And wrestling is fake as shit. But I remember at one time, back in the day, I used to be into NWA wrestling and shit. And one thing about it, Manny TA and Nikolai Volkov hated each other. They hated each other. They couldn't stand each other. You know what I'm saying? They hated each other. They hated each other. They hated each other. I'm talking about hate each other and crack each other's head. You know the shit fake. Crack each other's head over the bottles. All the worst they can do to each other. But when Maggie TA was getting jumped in that steel cage, guess who the first motherfucker who came and ran to help him? Nikolai Volkov.
Mm-hmm.
Even though the shit's scripted, the very first person, just like Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier, hated each other's fucking guts. When Joe Frazier died, Ali said he cried 4 years straight.
Shoot, but they had a different relationship.
Exactly.
Cause when Muhammad Ali was messed up, when they blackballed him, and cause he wouldn't go to the service and stuff, Joe Frazier was one of the first people to get him a fight, put him on,
Exactly.
told him come outside, like Nori just told Benny Siegel, come outside, bro. Like, come on, bro, we finna do this. You know what I mean? And honestly speaking, as much as we lost some legends, you know, that now our ancestors, that was the lesson I feel like we learned from that. Like, nah, bro, we can't let another legend leave up out of here without, like, and think about it, DMX was one of the last legends that was on Drink Champs. Think about that shit,
The
though.
last legend, for real.
Think about that.
The last true legend.
And what's the point of Drink Champs? To give you your flowers while you can still smell them.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying? Give you your smoke while you can still inhale it.
That's right.
So here it is, you know.
You know, Beans was just on Drink Champs too.
Yeah. I just caught that today.
I ain't see all of it. I see part of it.
It felt like I was going through my childhood. Like,
Yeah, Seagull got humble as fuck.
I mean, but if you pay attention, he's always been that. Even the bully, it only come out when you mess with somebody he loved.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? He was doing that shit to protect Jay, to show Jay his loyalty. Like, you took me out of some shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't gonna let nobody get close to you. So when you see even, you know, the bully come out, it wasn't from a place of, you know, on some vengeful evil shit.
Right.
It was from a place of love. So to me, that was a form of humility in itself. Cause you risking.
And you know what? And you know what? You're right because people don't understand. Like when you are a person that's evil, super evil, people don't understand the dynamic that when you're not evil, you're that much closer to God because you know what the fuck you're doing.
Come on.
Why you think in the mob movies before the gangster or the killer and the robber go kill 1,000 people, where you go? To the priest and talk to the cop like look man, I'm about to go, you know, murder a whole bunch of people. I'm about to go do this, I'm about to go do that. You know what I'm saying?
You on point with that one. That's how it, like, you know, it's a cycle, full circle basically. And it's like what they say in the Bible, they talk about necessary evils and stuff like that, you feel me? Like, once you understand those necessary evils, you understand what you gotta do once you have to go into your Lord self. Because some things gonna come up on you that you know, just like working a job, you don't wanna have to do that. But you do things in order to, you know, get to a means to an end. And it's the same thing with that, you feel me? Once it comes to you having to take somebody's child up off of this planet, bro, you gotta do that shit like the natives was with hunting. You feel me? They would pray before they hunted, and they would wait on they prey to show up. You feel me? While they was praying, and they would kill their prey, and they would pray over it before they even decided to, you know, dismantle it and eat it. So, you know, you gotta be gracious, or as you say, have some humility about yourself, no matter what you into. And like you said though, also being on that level of, you know, this life, you also understand a lot more than other people because you closer to death. And God is the hand of death, whether people like it or not. But it's the beautiful part too, though. Like, as much as it seems like God is contradictory in that sense, you feel me? Salvation is to be salvageable.
That's right.
You feel me? So if you're gonna be salvaged, wouldn't you want to be salvaged by the Creator?
Exactly.
Rather than somebody who didn't make you? That mean you done been stolen.
And guess what else?
You done been abducted.
People
Like,
got to understand one thing. At the top of the key, what does it always say?
talking about ashes to ashes?
Huh?
Talking about ashes to ashes?
It say in memory of.
Oh yeah.
And it's a celebration of life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sunrise and sunset. But the more we can understand that, the more peace of mind that we have with that, the closer we are to life. Until you get to that point, you're not living. You're being played. Your emotions are being played up on, etc. And you think that's life because you feel a stimuli. But you know, it don't have to be that way. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to live your life based on you done been poked and prodded to the point that you're reacting to life versus you're manifesting things in your life that you are grateful for. See, that's a possibility too. You know what I'm saying? You can start bringing things into your life that you are actively conscious enough to understand their purpose and you're able to utilize it. You know what I'm saying? To make it applicable in your life. But when you got a whole bunch of shit in your life that's not applicable towards your progress, that's the shit that make you say F life.
Right, that's what we were saying
You know what I'm saying? That's the stuff that make you be like, man, I don't understand why I gotta be here. You know what I'm saying? Make you suicidal. Because you done been confused about something for so long that now you're angry and, you know what I'm saying, you done gone, by the time you gone mad, you don't remember when the change happened. Like I tell people, a crazy person can't tell you when they went crazy. You feel me? Somebody with, is it dementia? It's one of them things. Hold on, I think it's dementia. Somebody with dementia.
Is when you can't read.
Yeah, but somebody with dementia can't tell you when they was, last time they was thirsty. You feel me? Because that's a result of water, having enough water in your body to the point your body, as time goes on, it starts turning off certain shit. You know, like you turn off the lights in your house, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't want to keep certain electricity on that you're not utilizing. So after so long of me keep telling you need to drink water, at some point your body turn that shit off. Like, bro, he not hearing that. So since he not listening to that, the things that come with having water in your body, you got to turn that off too, because he don't have no water in here. You know what I'm saying? So memory goes out the window. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit, hey, bro. What Lauryn Hill say, it could all be so simple.
Would you rather make it home?
Oh, shit.
Life is like a battle, and we both end up with scars.
Come on, dude. Come on, but them scars is self-inflicted. You hear me? You can't hurt me unless I expected some shit. You feel me? If I don't expect nothing from you, bruh, and you do whatever you do, it don't fuck with me. I didn't expect nothing from you, but my unfair expectations let me down. Not you. Not you. And once you get to that point, it's like, I gotta stop letting me down and blaming other people for it. Because people wind up old and lonely for that reason.
They always say, fool me once,
Shame on 'em.
fool me twice.
Won't get.
That's just real life.
You gotta hit him with that George Bush though. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, won't get the chance to fool me again.
I bet you that.
George Bush crazy motherfucker.
I even let you think you fool.
You feel me?
Because that's a one-up for me.
Mm-hmm.
For you to think I'm done for, that's a one-up for me.
Not to mention Kev Cosby and them shows that help you figure out mysteries. That's the thing. You wait on them to do it again. You see what I'm saying? If a person able to get away with it once, they gonna be tempted to do it again. They gonna be tempted. So when you think about that shit, it's like, oh, I need to put some more candy out here. Let's see what you do. That's how I'm gonna catch you. You see what I'm saying? That's how I'm gonna catch you. Like, so at some point, it is such thing as a necessary evil. You know what I'm saying? It's necessary for you to let that shit happen. But like I was saying earlier though, if you so scared out this mud, bro, you would beat yourself. Your enemy don't have to even touch you. It's no different than doing slavery times when that mama was trying to save her kid. She would whoop that kid so the master wouldn't come out there and hang that child. You see what I'm saying? So she would whoop the kid before the master could come out there so she could say, I took care of it. Now here it is, a lot of us, we got that energy, we got the mama and the child in it. Oh no, we can't do that because remember what happened to the last people that tried to do that? Oh no, we can't do that because remember what happened to that? Like, nigga, you got more repeats in your life of the sad story than you do of the triumph. That shit would scare the fuck out of anybody. If just all you can remember is all the time we lost. Like, ain't no point in sitting there talking about your team gonna go to the Super Bowl if the only thing you can remember is y'all lost. Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. Like, in playoffs, like these boys say, playoffs. We're trying to win a game. Like, you talking about playoffs. But even with that, you understand the process to becoming a winner. You gotta win the game first. Fuck talking about some playoffs. You looking too far ahead. You're not in the moment. Because in the moment, they sitting there stealing your kid food. You like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna go to work until Friday. I'm not worried about food until Friday. Oh, you're not worried about food until Friday. What the fuck you think they doing all during the week?
Right.
They feeding their kids all during the week. But you can't feed your kid till Friday. And based on how much you save up from Friday, gonna determine if they gonna eat it till next. But I'm playing games with you though. But I'm playing games with you. You gonna up that pole over me. Soon, oh. But if you see who really playing you, then you can point your gun in the place you need to. Cause I ain't the problem. The little $5 I lent you, and I'm trying to get it back, I'm not your problem. You feel me? It's the motherfucker who don't want you to have $5. It's the motherfucker that told you the world is fair, but only gonna pay you what's fair for your labor. So when you go to work, so many years you frustrated on the fact that you think, hold on, I'm worth more than this. It's not about what you worth. It's about what the job you're doing is worth. Oh, I didn't.
That's real true.
I can shake the dust off my boots when I get off work knowing that. But when you feel like motherfuckers is shitting on you, cause Bob getting paid this and I'm getting paid that, like, then you,
It ain't nothing, it's job or nothing, it's you.
it's fucking with your morale. You feel me? I know motherfuckers that's bricklayers and be happy as hell to go to work every day. Because they don't find peace of mind in what they gotta do. If you don't got peace of mind in what you gotta do in the moment, it don't matter what you're doing.
You're gonna be unhappy.
I got peace of mind in understanding the process of life. So it don't matter what I'm fucking doing. I know it's a means to an end. But they'll trick our people into being like, you know what? If I gotta cut grass, if I gotta be out in the field, I don't wanna do it. You don't wanna eat. You don't wanna eat. Cause you on the cutting edge of how all of us eat at that point.
That's true.
You control your destiny if you know how to pull from the soil. You don't even have to have 1,000 white men in your pocket to guarantee that you're gonna eat at that point. Cause I know I'm gonna pull from this soil cause the way life works, I understand the process. So when I was younger and I was paying attention to the old heads being like, hold on, you gotta get a system about yourself. And once you get a system about yourself, you can guarantee that you're gonna eat every day.
That's true.
Oh, okay. The whole time these niggas had a farmer concept in their mind. Cause that's all that is. Making sure you can eat every day. And once you get a system where you can eat every day, you create a system for more people. Then you create more people in it. Then you incorporate more people in it. You just add crops. You're doing the same system over and over. You just add more crops.
You know what, you're right, because to make a short-term example of what you say, even though I know fully what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
is this dude, I used to date next dude, his name was Cleo, right? I think I told you the story before. And every day he would come in my yard because I feel like he got these things that sprouted up in my yard.
Mm-hmm.
And every day he would look like they ain't ready yet. I'm like, what you talking about? He's like, you'll see. They ain't ready yet. So this went on for about almost all summer. And so he said, so one day he said, man, you mind if I come in your yard? I said, man, Cleo, don't play with me like that. He said, man, so he got cancer patients, so he smoked a medical joint this year. He said, I'm about to show you something. He said, I'm about to show you how to survive. I said, man, I know how to survive. He took some motherfucking shears and cut all that branch that was in my yard, cut it off. I had a water hose. He went and got a pot, got a water hose. Went to show my water hose. Did it. I said, what you about to do with that? He said, you show. I said, you about to cook that? He came back out 3-4 hours later, or it might have been the next day. He's like, he said these called poke greens or some shit.
Poke salad.
Yeah.
Poke salad.
Man,
Man, that's some of the best shit.
listen.
You mix it in with some turnip greens too. Nigga.
Listen, even though you, man, he said, nah, try this. I tried it. I said, man, do you have some more of that shit? He said, no, that's a wild plant. They only grow in certain areas.
Right.
That is what will show you. It's always resources for a motherfucker to eat. So if a motherfucker starves, that's just fuck on me. You see what I'm saying? He said, I've been watching them goddamn pot shit grow for 3 months. Your ass didn't even notice it exists.
Look.
I said, man, you fucked me up with that. Like, that's it.
I got something growing in my pot, bro. It popped up on me. I caught myself growing some wild weeds that is already naturally growing. Cause y'all gotta like, bro, when I say y'all got so much food that grow in y'all front yard, it's fucking ridiculous. I be looking at that shit like, hold on, bro. I gotta start a summer camp just showing niggas what's growing in their front
I
yard.
got a dude named Chuck who actually worked. Oh, you dealt with him before.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Him and EB.
Mm-hmm.
EB is y'all motherfucking George Washington Carver, and y'all niggas don't know.
Who really?
That's his homeboy who got the garden center and shit.
Oh, Chuck boy?
Yeah,
Okay.
he got a garden center. When I say, bruh,
I think the garden center. So I remember when you was first starting.
I gotta go get some worms from him and shit.
Oh, so y'all talk on a regular basis now, you and Chuck?
Hell yeah, I fuck with Chuck.
Chuck good people, man.
But yeah, bro, this poke salad right here, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
That poke salad be on point. You mess around and get you some poke salad, some dandelions, and some of that, what's that, chickweed, I wanna say.
And you still off meat?
Yeah. I can't fuck around. You know,
You eat chicken no more, do you?
hell no. Every now and then I do sacrifice for my ancestors, but I eat fish, but that's considered pescatarian. But
Pescatarian, yeah.
but I wouldn't say I'm a pescatarian because I don't eat fish every day.
You just eat fish like once a month.
If that, it depends on what's going on. Like if I lose somebody, I tend to, you feel a certain way emotionally, and you crave certain things. Like a lot of times when I lose certain people, I crave what their favorite meal was. You know what I'm saying? Like, and a lot of people, I had to be like, I can't eat that, but I eat some fish for your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying? I give you what you want on the other side, but nah.
So you get strictly vegetarian all the way.
Mm-hmm.
Greens,
I
yams,
love that
corn,
shit.
salad.
Bruh, I love that shit. I live for that shit. I be getting frustrated when I had to like break down and eat some fries or some shit. Like I'd be frustrated because I'm like, bruh, this shit.
No wonder you be looking so angry when you have like a fish sandwich and fries. You be looking like you don't even be wanting to eat that shit.
I'm just mad because I had to settle for the shit. Like, nigga, what the? Or either, like I said, it's a sacrifice, something going on to where I'm like, mentally, I'm like, I'm finna put all this into that. And once I get through eating and it come out, I'm done with this problem. Because, like, I pay attention to how you manifest stuff, bro. Once you forget about shit, it comes. So, you had to go through whatever ritual. Ritual is just a process that you go through. Whatever ritual you need to go through to forget or whatever. Like, the little white boy try to be funny the other day and start singing, I got $1, I got $1. In the moment, I was like, I wasn't even mad. I was outside. Nah, this was just on some random shit. But I didn't even think nothing of it when he said it. Like, it hit me later. I'm like, you still see my face. I'm not fucked up with that shit. Like, oh, nigga, do you not know that was somebody I liked growing up? And here it is, you talking shit. You look like alfalfa though. Like, so if you didn't catch the joke was on alfalfa, nigga. So as much as you want to talk shit about buckwheat didn't give a fuck about what the fuck y'all had going on. So it's imperative that I channel buckwheat at this point and say, who the fuck cares, lame?
Right.
You need to try to make fun of me to feel important. Bitch, I'm important regardless. I'm important regardless. Even the people that you want to try to joke to, if they ever talk to me, they'd be like, this motherfucker got way more substance than you got in your shoestring. Like, what is you talking about him for? Like, to be important, if that's what you got to do to be important, go ahead. But the moment I open my mouth, all your importance will go out the window. So, have fun. I looked at that motherfucker and laughed like, I guess you thought you got that shit over. I caught it. But guess what? I threw it back at you. Keep that for you and your lame ass friends. Because here it is, his friends didn't even laugh. They were like, they don't even know what the fuck you talking about. So it backfired on you.
Right.
You feel me? Why you think you making a joke out of somebody else? You really making a joke on yourself. And here it is, your friends. I heard them as I was walking away. They was like, man, buckwheat was cool. What is you talking about? Like, I don't get what you're saying. And he didn't have the nuts to try to point at me. You know what I'm saying? So they could catch what he's trying to do. So the joke wound up being on who? On you, dummy. On you, dummy. And I'm sitting here staring him down, eyeballing him like, yeah, go on and try to say that you talking about me. So I have every reason to come cross your face. But sometimes you don't even have to do that. Like my uncle used to always tell me, you don't have to fuck every girl that wants you. Sometimes you just gotta know that you could. And sometimes you need to let a lame know that I could come across your face right now. So enjoy that little inside joke, but keep it inside. But because it's not what you saying that say something about me, it say something about you. Say something about you, G. That you would sit here as an adult and still be making fun of a kid movie. So therefore you're making fun of a kid too. So you it's 2021. You're that insensitive still? Like you forget where we at as people, as humanity. I don't have to make black references. I don't have to say this is how they treat black people no more. Cause it's apparent. I don't have to play the black card. It's not even called the black card no more. It's called American history.
That's right. You're right because once you start to play the black card, don't you know that's what they want you to do so that you can be that much more.
So they can be like, oh, look at him playing the victim.
Yeah, fuck it. I ain't about to be no victim. I'm about to be a go-getter on this fire.
But now that it's a part of American history, you can't tell me not to talk about American history.
That's right.
And now guess what they doing now? Trying to change the handbook. But I'm gonna show you how that's gonna backfire on them. Because once you stop stifling black mentality, you done fucked up. You see Floyd Mayweather. You see, but okay, now imagine a whole generation of them. That's what you gonna do. You better keep that slave shit in the books. It's to your benefit, not mine. It's more to your benefit that I know that. Because mentally I would feel good with these little symbolic victories. Well, at least I'm not no slave. You see what I'm saying? But here it is, the slave have more dignity about themselves than a lot of us. You see what I'm saying? But you wanna act like you better than them. That's no different than any situation. When you wanna act like you better than somebody, life got, the beauty of life, the reason why they say God must have a sense of humor is because the sense of how you would be put in an even playing field with whatever you think you better than. Even if it's your parents. You think your parents ain't shit because they ain't do X, Y, Z, watch how you get put in that same position. If not 3 times over. To where you can't do nothing but say thank you for not aborting me.
All these things that you speak of, I live, man, and you keep making them up. You don't know how to tell the truth, man. That's real. That's real.
But the beauty is, you have the wherewithal to examine yourself, to know you lived it. A lot of these people, just like crazy people, bro, they don't even know what's going on. They don't even know what they're going through to even give themselves enough credit to say, bro, you can make it through whatever you're going through right now. You know what I'm saying?
It was this girl, right, that was outside. And I don't know if you noticed her or seen her, but like the first day she came down here, she had on her little wig and shit, had her like all her faculties, and she had on the same thing, but you could tell that she was a little loony. Now the bitch already bug crazy. But motherfuckers is looking at her and laughing at her and shit like she crazy. She fucking
Talking about brown skin.
brown skin, got on the red shirt.
I seen her recently coming over here. She be wearing like camouflage pants now.
No, she don't work in here.
No, I'm talking about she was street walking.
Yeah.
She was walking the street, but yeah, I know what you're talking about. She came around here the other day, not too long ago. It was just yesterday, matter of fact.
And I said, instead of y'all talking about the girl, man, get the motherfucking goddamn girl some help. Y'all see that she bugged out. You know what I'm saying? I said, but why we gonna sit and why you gonna sit and talk about her instead of going to the police and get her something? At least the police can say, well, baby, do you need to go here? And they might not be able to do that for her, but it's no different than giving that crackhead or a homeless person $1. After you give them the money, the blood is off your hands. Whatever you do with it. Like I spend like $60, $70 a week, Red, like giving away to people because I know what I could be in that position. But if we can't help each other, what's the use of downright each other? You know what I'm saying? But people so busy thinking they're on a different level, right? Just like I told John in this morning, I said it's different barometers, of course. So Barry said, well, what do you mean? And I said, okay, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. I said it's different barometers of poor and it's different barometers of rich. What do you mean? I said, okay, let me give you a prime example. Let's take Rick Ross for an example. Now Rick Ross is worth $100 million, $200 million easy. You see his cars, you see how he lived. You would think that all that stuff that he got and all this is another. Even at the end of you die, motherfucker, can't take none of that shit with you. But
Can't take none of that shit with
I said you worth $200 million and you, but compared to your money to Hove's money. Now Hove is a billionaire. Hove is gonna look at you like a poor fucking millionaire, even though you're worth $200 million. Now pen this. You know what Bill Gates gonna look at Jay-Z like that little billionaire? We're talking about $1 billion fucking dollars. But Bill Gates is gonna look at Hove like, nigga, you worth $1 billion? Oh my God, I remember when I was 19, I had my first billion. It's different levels. So as long as I wake up with my faculties, I ain't gonna be rich as the next man, and I ain't gonna be poor as the next man. As long as I ain't got no sleepless, homeless nights, guess what I am? Rich.
Yep.
I'm rich, bro. Because I'm rich in my senses. I'm rich in my faculties. I'm rich in my life.
You got
I don't
peace of
have to be
mind.
rich in money.
You got
know what
peace
I'm
of
saying?
mind.
So what you kicking is for real, but too many people be on this level, so you think that because you're on this level that you have achieved so much more. Just like people that own homes and shit. Okay, you own the home, but you don't own the property that is on. You still have to pay property taxes, sir.
So do you own
You
it?
think somebody's gonna care about the car that you drive in 10 years from now? If you drive a 2030, you think in 2031 they're gonna look back and say, "Oh, you had that back then."
But that's why they used to ask us in class, where you gonna be 5 years from now? So you can start thinking like that.
Exactly, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like start thinking ahead of the.
You know, man, like.
It's one thing to be present in the moment, but it's another thing to be, like, you still gotta have balance. You know what I'm saying? You can be in the moment, but still have the wherewithal to know how this gonna play out in the long run too, though. Like, don't just be so caught up in the moment that you just unload all your emotions in that moment.
But you absolutely right, bro. Because once you get caught up into your emotions, they got you. Let's take a prime example on some civil. I've been listening to Conway since 2016. One of the best rappers I ever heard of in my life on the underground. You were doing, like y'all was doing fine underground. Man, did you know I almost cried when I see my nigga in the shirt?
But they playing us, kid.
I was about to ask
They-
you. Do you think he doing that for cap?
No, I think they playing with us.
I think they.
I don't think he not playing the game at all. But what it is like I could sit here and look at your cap, right, and say, man, Kev, he all into NASA, and if I take a picture of it, can nobody deny it? You see what I'm saying? But truth be told, if I talk to Kev and get his understanding, about life and what he understand about what existence we live on, Kev might sound like a flat earther, you know what I'm saying? But I would have to talk to Kev to know. And a lot of us ain't privileged to be able to talk to these people because once they get to a certain point, the same people that's portraying them that way put them to an obsolete point to where we can't even reach them no more. You know what I'm saying? So when you think about that, it's all a game. It's all a game, like you said. If you get too emotionally tied to something, now I can pull at your strings. But we gotta stop giving people the power to control our emotions. Because it's one thing to appreciate an artist, but you think when I found out Van Gogh cut his ear off, that I felt any way different? Yeah. He cut his ear off over a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel no way about that. I if anything, my heart went out to him even more because I knew he was passionate about what he do. For somebody to cut their damn ear off over somebody they love, this motherfucker love deep. You know what I'm saying? And so when he doing art out of love, like you getting all of this, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting something somebody thought was cool to do in the moment. No, this man was pouring out his soul in his art. So same thing I look at with the Conway shit. You feel me? This man been pouring out his soul in his art, bruh. I can't get caught up in how somebody want to portray him to the point I miss the man.
And you know what? And that make a lot of sense, bro, because I was having a discussion with my brother the other day, and I said, at the end of the day, I could care about what he rock, but when his new CD drop, I'm gonna buy it, and I'm not gonna stop listening to this music no matter what.
And don't miss the man, because like as much as we was told, don't get so caught up in the messenger, you miss the message. Nowadays, that line, hold on, I was trying to let that noise go by. That line of divinity, you know what I'm saying? It's not far stretched. It's not God and man. It's man. It's the God in man right now. You still know what I'm saying? So when you think about that, it's like, bro, you can't even play with a nigga like he not in tune with what's going on for real, for real. But it's a matter of what are you being told to be in tune with at that moment, to the point you trying to even classify this man. All these classifications came from who? The powers that be. And then when you look at the powers that be, the things that they do to you and me, they ops to both of us. So.
And you know what? You make real good sense because if you think about it, if you think about it, if you want to go deeper into it, warriors wore kilts, bro.
Come on, bro. And if you're gonna get the message, you gotta really understand the man. You feel me? You can't sit here, we be on the fringes of what we was told is wrong. You feel me? What we was told is wrong. Listen to that though, what we were told.
Mm-hmm.
So that means even your oppressors is determining what you say is manhood and what ain't.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, you gotta check yourself and be like, you know what? I'm a man whether I'm the man you want me to be or not. And at that point, you gotta respect every other man.
Mm-hmm.
And respect the fact that he's a man regardless to if he the man I want him to be or not. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I say that divinity reigns so true nowadays to the point I can't even get caught up in dissing the man for missing the message at that point. You see what I'm saying? If I can't get the totality of who the man was or understand at least a bit of the substance of who the man was, the guys is, bro, they got it set up to where you gonna miss the message.
Mm-hmm.
If you too busy judging your brother, trying to find a way to categorize him, you gonna miss the message.
Mm-hmm.
And so as much as we might think we just hating on one another, you hating on yourself. You stifling your own growth. If you can't see the beauty in somebody else, you ugly, that's why. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't sit around and just be talking about people ugly all the time, cause I can see the beauty in everybody.
You better know.
You feel me? Even when my voice is raspy, I can see ways that I can do the inflections on my music to where I'm like, oh, that shit perfect. See what I'm saying? You can be looking for the problem in something, or you can be looking for a solution in something, and you'll always find it. You'll find either one. But will you have peace of mind in life? Always looking for a fucking problem? No. You're gonna be always finding something to complain about. But if you realize your brain works for you either way, your brain will start finding solutions for you to a point. Your day will consist of figuring shit out, and it'll be fun. Like playing with one of them Rubik's Cubes. Shit, oh, you got another problem? This is what I do. Oh, another problem? But if you understand the process of life, then every time a problem comes, you feel like, oh man, this is the end of the world. Like I said, man, hey, free Bill Cosby. You feel me? Learn from these people so you don't have to go through that shit. Don't keep on trying to give all your talents to the masses when you know good damn well, in order to go through all the masses, it's certain people that control that.
Of course.
Why am I gonna be mad in the long run if I had to turn around and do some foul shit in order to maintain that? It's like you said with the killer. I'm closer to the situation. I know why I'm doing it. As much as I want to be mad at Jay, as much as I want to be mad at a lot of these cats that's up there, this nigga's closer to the situation. It's for you to try to understand. You feel me? The more money you get, the more you know about who killed JFK. Why? Because you're closer to the information. And it takes, it's also, you understand the process of how you get there. In order for you to get there, you done went through some shit. So,
right, so as you do your detailing, Lee Harvey Oswald was just a fall guy.
so here it is, the skirt is just a fall. It's just a fall. Because when you look at your people, it's a test. It's really a test to see if you've arrived. Because when you look at your people in our culture, that ain't no skirt. You see what I'm saying? That ain't no skirt.
It's a kilt or
it's what warriors wore. It made them more agile. You feel me? Priests wore it. You feel me? So it's just a difference in culturation. You feel me?
That's all it is.
We came up with pants. We came up with that too. So we're not gonna mystify that or make that evil because we're trying to tap back into our ancient history, but recognize we came up with all of this shit. So we can't turn around and let somebody take our virtues and tell us, oh, it's okay for y'all to do this now in 2021. Like, but y'all can't do that shit no more. Like, no, nigga, we can do all that, cause that's freedom. That's freedom. I got the right to be straight, he got the right to be gay. That's freedom. But when you got the right to be gay more than I got the right to be straight, that's not freedom.
Damn, that's real.
You feel me? That ain't cool. Like, you can't sit over here and do stuff that straight people can't do. Like, straight people can't be in the middle of the street having sex, but you can? No, don't do that. You can't be influenced. Straight people can't influence kids at a young age. That's why we have PG-13 and all of that shit. You see what I'm saying? But you can. You can be in SpongeBob.
And that be my only thing though, like.
Fair is fair.
And I'm glad we got to that because my thing is this. if you are what you are in today's world society, see, it's just that when we came up or when I came up and you're not that far behind in your mind or really in the years, because 38 and 50 is really the same thing, it's just a separation gap.
Same generation.
It is the same generation, right? It's on the same generation. Like if I actually, you know who Slick Rick was, like nigga, you fool? Yeah, I listened to him when I was like
6
5.
minutes.
You might have been, you might have been 12, nigga, but I was 5. Right? You see what I'm saying? Like I'm hip, I remember. You see what I'm saying? So it wasn't out and prevalent and open. But you make a good point about saying, because guess what? This is what I was always taught. If you worried about what that man doing and who and what did, then I gotta worry about you. If you complain about it, say anything about it, then I gotta ask you about
How you feel about me?
How you feel, because at the end of the day, this is what it is. If you overweight, you a fat slob. If you skinny, you malnourished. If you a bum, you ain't got no money. If you dress up too fly, you show it off. You rich. So no matter what the fuck you do, somebody gonna judge you. No matter what. No matter what.
So you might as well just be you.
It might as well just be you. But my thing is this with Little Nas X. He's under an agenda, right? So as free as he want to be, you went from the old country town road shit to where little kids could look up at you and finally have something positive with no cussing in it. You had your cowboy music, your cowboy hat. It was a positive image for kids to look up to, but all the industry that had an agenda set for that boy. As soon as he became what he became, immediately, like months after his song died down, immediately he was like, I'm gay. I was cool with you being that, whatever, because that doesn't have any bearing on me, because I like women, I'm a man, I got a good, great, beautiful woman that I love, and anything on the side is just on the side, and not even that, is just really whatever. But you know what I'm saying? But so people have the right to be who they want to be with, people have the right to be who they want to be. But when you start confusing these kids, man, like, dude, like, and then, even if, I remember when I was young, if you wanted to watch a porno or something like that, you had to one, or if you wanted to listen to something dirty by me being older, my grandmother used to always keep the Red Fox records, all the records that Dolomite, all that was in a special cabinet. Now, if you want to listen to Stevie Wonder and your ABCs and Marvin Gaye and all the individuals, you want to listen to rapper, that's in this cabinet. The Motown in this cabinet. Why that small little gold lock on there, Grandma? Don't you worry about it. Don't you go in that cabinet. It's fucking forbidden until I found the key. And listen to motherfucking rap. But that's the way you had to do that. It wasn't for your eyes to see. When cable first started, you could watch HBO, you could watch Showtime, you could watch all that. But you wanted to watch pay-per-view, you wanted to watch some of that nasty shit.
Playboy, you gotta pay for that.
You gotta pay for that, and it came on after 12 o'clock. It wasn't privy for the eyes to see. But in today's day and age, all you got to do, you don't even have to have.
You don't gotta look for it. You gotta have a phone. Sometimes you can walk out and look at a billboard.
And now, in this day and age, you have on regular TV, where a kid could cut it on. He might want to see some regular shit. And he is subjected to Little Nas X giving the whole ass devil a lap dance. Did you see this new mockery with the niggas in jail? They got niggas in pink jumpsuits that's giving him like this and he's like this. Now, it's all about choice. And you got a crowd to entertain too, man. But when it's that easily accessible for kids, how many straight boys gonna go?
But this is another thing though, too though. I feel like this is the consequence of how men, we can't put this on us because we don't have no authority, but just follow me though. How men have exploited the woman in America. You see what I'm saying? And now here it is, the roosters have come to hatch. You feel me? Now, of course, the only control they got over it is making sure it's not them being portrayed that way. You see what I'm saying? But it's still a result of how men have basically prostituted the woman. We have familiarized the prostitute to the point, shit, a well-to-do woman has no chance in life. You know what I'm saying? A woman who cooks and cleans, is reserved, she really don't have too much chance, at least how the world portrays it. You see what I'm saying? They showing the Cardis and all of them getting the man. They ain't showing this motherfucker that's Lauryn Hill. They showing Lauryn Hill like she crazy. See what I'm saying?
And she the most earthiest. they downrate shit on
Badu, Erica Badu,
being
they
free.
play her like she crazy. Why? Because these women are still stuck in their femininity like they supposed to be. So here it is, we gotta portray that and demonize that. So now, as a man, I have free reign to you because you're dressed like that. You remember when we was younger, if a woman dressed a certain way, they would tell her about that. Like, you can't come near my man, or you can't come around my family because you over here, you a street worker.
You were considered a streetwalker.
You know what I'm saying?
If you were dressed like these women be dressed like, you were considered.
And this is not me trying to knock a person's freedom, because even then we was treading on people's freedom. You know what I'm saying? But it's just how it was. So I'm trying to explain the process of how we get here. You see what I'm saying? So if we had those kind of things set up when we was born, imagine now when everybody's dressed like that, the woman who wants to come out and just be a good woman for her man, like this still is a target on black people. You see what I'm saying? To the point we're the ones affected the most by mainstream media. So they not fooled by that. Like, they don't have to listen to that. You see what I'm saying? They still got that country music where it's wholesome shit in there. You see what I'm saying? So that's still food for the enemy. I don't have to touch these people. You know what I'm saying?
They're gonna destroy themselves.
They're gonna keep themselves in a position of destruction.
Listen, even though I love rap music, look what it's centered around. It's that, and that's what we agree. It's an agenda, bro. I don't know how many different explain it.
It's in around the agenda now because they took a strength and made it a weakness. But even with that, the point of me trying to tell people about full circleness, everything has its way. You see what I'm saying? Even when you just talking about the Bible, God had a way of weeding out people that wasn't for him and who was. So all of that shit is like, it has to take place. And the more prevalent it becomes, it lets you know, just like you said with the killer, how closer we are to divinity. So the more this shit becomes prevalent when you see women out here dressing like this, and da-da-da. But look at the people that were chosen by God. They was able to sift through, find the harlot, so-called, and have a wholesome life with her. So it's a matter of being able to see somebody's fault, but also see the good in them.
You know what, you told me that one time too, because I remember that, and I thought that I was wrong about that. I was
About
like,
what?
I was like, don't know pimp. I was like, man, don't know pimp.
Oh, yeah.
This product. He
Yeah.
was like, nigga, you wrong.
Yeah.
It depends on what type of motherfucker
Relationship they
you
got.
have with that girl.
Yeah.
Because she might be a hoe, but that pimp realized that she out there being a hoe for him.
Yeah, and
I was like, we argued about that until I thought about it, and I was like, are you hip to the soft white underbellies?
you put me on it. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so the soft white underbelly, Don Magic Wand was on there, and he was like, yeah, nigga, it depends on the relationship. Now here's the pimp of all pimps saying that, but you said that a year before I even see that interview. So yeah, you definitely got to find the good in people, man, and judge them based off the content and character of the person that they are.
Because once you know yourself, you can easily do that with somebody else. Like, once you've seen all the shit you done been through that you said you didn't want to do, or things you start seeing that in other people, and you can go off of that and be like, man, you know what? I can see the conviction in this person. Regardless to what they out here doing, bro, I know what this person want to be. So if I can cultivate an environment, they'll acquiesce to that shit. Because it's truly in them. But the fact is, we in an environment where we acquiescing to the shit that ain't good for us. You see, man, that's all it is. That's all it is. But we would rather look at the next person because it's easier to be like, oh, you ain't shit, rather than fix what's within us. This motherfucker is there so you can fix what's within you before you be that person. So if you keep on saying this person, guess what you finna be? This person.
That person, right? Because if you can't help nobody, or if you can't help nobody out the situation, or help nobody period, then why you say every single break? It be reasons that we getting up and leaving 4 or 5 times a day. I might promise the person a sandwich. I might promise the person a couple dollars. There are people that's out there fucked up and they really fucked up. But people so busy looking at them like crackheads and homeless. That's who I hang out with on break, man. Homeless people and crackheads and shit, man. Helping them out. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I'm that type of regular person, bro. I don't down to judge nobody, bro. I try not to, man.
Because it's only but a matter of time.
Because guess what? If you point a finger at somebody, it's 5 points back at you.
Man.
Shit, everybody smile and get in your face, your friend.
Not to mention, shoot, how you think Superman know who to help? Because Superman see them in need. So here it is, you see these people in need and you don't do nothing, you a bum too. You a bum too. only a bum can't help somebody.
That's right.
But even then, if you don't ever spend time with a bum, you would know that ain't true. You feel me? Let you fall homeless, you gonna find out how helpful a bum really is. Cause this nigga, you gonna probably have to watch him vicariously to figure out how to survive tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, these people are some of the greatest survivors.
They are the greatest survivors. And sometimes I just be around them and look how they move. Like, well, I went to sleep last night and I was comfortable. Like, how do they maintain the survival? I really look up to them in a lot of different ways because their survival tactics is astute. Like my one dude, Sean, one day, he was like, man, you see these steaks? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm about to put these bitches on the steam heater, let them cook, flip them. They might be a little dirty on that steam heater, but I'm hungry. And I'm thinking, like, this nigga's about to cook some steaks on the steam.
Making it do what it do.
Sewer. Something that I would never ever think of to become some food in my life.
And we getting our backs broke trying to afford the utilities we got. You know what I'm saying?
And he put a steak on a steam heater outside, and when he had that steak and he showed me, guess what that steak was? Done.
Like I told you.
He hustled him. This is what he did. He hustled him up $1. He hustled him up $2, and he went right to Mr. Hero, got some fries and a pop, and they gave him a little container with the fries in it. He sitting in the bus stop with his steak and his fries and his pop, bro.
They made it do what it do. And here it is. They repurpose stuff for us to the point we buy it in the store. But here it is. He had an outside oven, a solar oven. You know what I'm saying? But we'll go crazy if we can't afford these type of things. So who really crazy? Who really crazy? Like I used to tell my homeboys when they used to try to disrespect fiends, bruh, I changed all of that, bruh. Like, no, I ain't none of that. What you talking about? Like he beneath you, bruh. You just as addicted to his money as he is to the product. What is you talking about?
Not worse. Because you can't drive around in the bitch without the fiends.
You hear me?
It's the fiends that made you.
And here it is, you over here trying to prove that you not a fiend. That's why you doing all this extra shit. You buying all the extra stuff. Would a fiend have gold rims? You know what I'm saying? Like, you driving yourself crazy, try to separate yourself from somebody for what? That's what black people drive themselves crazy about, trying to have something that another black person don't got. If you ever listen to people who got so-called stuff, shoot, ain't nobody got these, ain't nobody got these. Like, I don't come from that kind of mind frame. I come from, if my homeboys don't got it, then I don't got nothing. And even if they don't got it, I'm gonna make sure they got it and I still won't have nothing. You feel me? Like, nah, bro, I always been that dude getting in trouble with my mama for sneaking my homeboys in and missing out on lunch because I let this homeboy eat. I missed out on dinner because I let this homeboy eat. You know what I'm saying? And then my sister and them telling me when my mama get home. Like, People don't know that kind of conviction, bro. Like, to the point now when I got more than my mama food. You feel me? I got my own food. You think I'm not gonna feed people still? Like, I ain't gotta worry about no ass whooping now. You feel me? But if you ain't never did nothing in the face of danger, don't tell me what you would do because you ain't about that shit. Nigga, I had my mama look at me like I'm crazy. You feel me? My mama called me crazy still to this day because of shit like that. But I know why though. I know I'm not the crazy one. I'm the motherfucker that's sensitive enough to see other people out here hurting and say, you know what, it's something can be done about this shit. And they made comic books about these people. You feel me? They write Bibles about these type of people. I'm gonna be them.
Man, I do it every day of my life, man. I promise. I do it every day of my life.
Like forget trying to be like everybody in society. Oh, I got the new J's, you know what I'm saying? So I'm better than this nigga. No. Like if you got the new J's and you still able to help people, kudos to you. But if you got the new J's and you walk past somebody who was hungry, bro, you crazy in a motherfucker. You out your mind. Cause ain't no way in human nature you should be cool with that.
At all.
No way.
Put it this way.
You got $200 on your feet that could have fed somebody for 2 weeks. 2 weeks, if not more. But yet and still, you can rationalize in your mind to keep walking past this person. You the one insane. You the one insane.
They say faithful works without faithful. What is it? Faithful works without dead.
Yeah.
Every single day. And what's so? If I promise you, if we was to go outside on break right now, I'll go around to the homeless folks. They're like, Kev, what's up? I'm like, Mark, what's up? I know them by name because that's who I hang with.
Right.
I help them every single day of my life until I feel they start to take advantage of me. That's when I say, okay, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see me coming now. Y'all think this is like a free for all. I can't help y'all everything. Like I tell them, nah. I'm busted up right now, y'all. I just spent $800, you know what I'm saying, on bills and different things. I just had to give my daughter $200. Like, you know what I'm saying? Most of the time, if I got it, every single day, I help every day. And I promise you, every single day, I help somebody less fortunate. Every single day. Put it this way, today alone, it ain't even. I've been here since 5:30. I've given away half a pack of cigarettes and about $20. Today. I live it, bro.
I know the feeling.
I live it. You know what I'm saying? So I know. I live it, bro. Every single day, that's what I do. Because I remember the feeling of, man, being hungry and can't eat, bro. I know what that feel like.
And then not to mention, you know that people's spirits can be broken, bro. Like, as much as, we might see somebody who can do in our face, to us, we might feel like they can do certain things, but man, just like we talking about being sick, you know what I mean? When your spirit broke, it don't matter how I look on the outside, bro.
That's right.
It don't matter. Like, I remember girls used to be coming up to me talking about, you fine, you look good, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't hear that because the one woman in my life that meant the most to me used to talk shit about the man who meant the most to me. You see what I'm saying? And I was named after this man. So if she would say something to him, I would internalize that shit. You know what I mean? So it wasn't until damn near high school I met my high school sweetheart. She was the first woman that I really believed what she was saying. You know what I'm saying? But it was just because she been going through so much in life too that I knew she didn't play games like that. She didn't mix words. So long story short, I had low self-esteem just because of certain shit in life. So when you think about other people out here that we can ride past and say, oh, they could be doing this, bro, you don't know what's the thing. You don't know who broke their heart. You don't know who broke their spirit. You feel me? Like, and truth be told, for somebody to be that broken hearted or broken spirit, they trusted somebody so much, bro. And for you to not see that humility in somebody, you ain't doing that as much as you trying to say you are with other people. Because you could easily see that. It's like walking in the room and somebody watching a movie you don't watch before. You like, oh, I know what that is. I know what it is when I see these people in the street, bruh. I know what it is. Because I done been there. I know what that shit is. And I also know when I talk to them, that gives them a sense of inspiration. Like, somebody noticed me today. Whereas everybody was trying to avoid looking at me. Like, you know how many times they see people avoid trying to look at them? Like, that shit do something to your consciousness when, as humans, we just want to be acknowledged. You feel me? And after so long of not being acknowledged, bro, you begin to be one with the shit that nobody wants to acknowledge. Like, I showed my genius so many times before I was 7 to the point I started blending in with the street people. Because I'm like, shit, they getting attention. You feel me? As a kid, you don't know the difference between good and bad attention. You see what I'm saying? So I'm like, they getting attention. I want people to see my greatness. So if I gotta go out here with all the people that y'all talking about and show that shit, guess what I'm gonna do? It's like you said, when you go out there, them people know me. They might not know me by name, but they know my energy. As soon as I come through that mud, hey big bro, I've been home, bro. Stop all that. What you need? What you need? Because you talking to God. You're not sitting over here talking to one of these peons who want to feel like they somebody by you telling your whole life story to them. You feel me? And when I'm talking to you, I want to talk to the God in you. Don't talk to me from what they try to say you are. Who your mama? Who your daddy? You know what I'm saying? Bring a nigga back to earth.
You got to. And you know what's so crazy if I got to cut you off, man? Because there's just a lot of stuff that we touched on. I experienced. I just, from my last break, right? There's this dude named Marv. He dark skinned and shit, that bald headed. But most of the time, like he'd be like, blah, blah. You know, he shoot that corn like he could tell, like he was thorough back in the day. So he said, "What's
The
up?"
tall dude.
He
He had on the blood rag the other day. I was tripping off this nigga. I said, bro, he tripping.
Oh, I don't know if he had. I ain't seen him in a couple days, but I used to.
He be talking to himself. He be talking that shit to himself though. Like, motherfucker got me fucked up. Yeah, I know he talking about.
So today he was like, "What's up, Kev?" I'm like, "What's up, man?" I'm like, "What's up?" I'm like, "What's up, King?" I'm like, "What's up, King?" Like, I don't know about all that. I said, "The very next time you say that, I'm not dealing with you no more." What you mean? I said, "We all kings. I don't give a fuck what you do. We got much crack you smoke. You a motherfucking king to me." Now the next time you say that, I can't deal with you because I don't deal with squares and lanes, man. Anybody I hang around is kings, bro. That nigga looked at me like, "What going in? You stood up for yourself this time." I love it. You know, get on my nerves, though. You know, he said, "I like that." He said, "Usually you just, they let me get away with popping all that corn." I said, "Man, I know you be popping corn, man. I'm used to that, man, but I ain't gonna let you not call yourself a king."
Right.
You know, I messed up.